Vague refers to something that is unclear or imprecise in its meaning or intention. Inconsistent, on the other hand, refers to something that does not remain the same or is not uniform in its behavior or quality.
Yeah, the real shocker is that we're still doing this every week.
Fair.
Wait,
27?
what number are we on? Yeah, I was going to say. What,
27?
28.
28? I don't even know.
That's 28. Me neither.
We don't even have an
Just
intro
like bitches.
anymore. Do we still are we still using the AI intro?
Yes, we are.
Okay. All right.
And that rockin' soundtrack.
Yeah.
Vague.
That's what professionals do. Like us.
Right.
Got to stick with what we know.
That's right. Let me see. Is this 28? I think it is. Who even knows?
Does it like show up on the YouTube
Oh, here we go.
titles?
Wait. Oh, no. This is 29.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. We're almost 30.
Right?
Forever 29.
No, because we're going to be back next week, too.
That'll be 29.1.
Yep. We're going to do like girls and just stop counting.
Exactly. Besides, when I hit 30, I pull my back, brushing my teeth. So I don't want to see 30 again. Basic ass shit. Brushing my teeth, pull my back. I'm out of work, out of everything. Can't move for 3 days. Ridiculous. Brushing my damn teeth.
Embarrassing.
It really is.
Did anybody from that job text you and ask you how you were doing?
Yes, actually. At least somebody there gave a shit. Man. Ain't that some shit? So what happened? Oh, I saw 2 movies this week since the last month.
Dang, baller.
Right? I went and saw Transformers on Saturday because they're doing an early thing before the Wednesday early thing. And then Tuesday's Tightwad Tuesday was Killer's Game. That was entertaining. That was by no means a good movie, but damn, I had fun watching that movie. It was ridiculous. It was so much fun. It was just so stupid. I like it.
Is that the one with who's in that one?
Drax.
Batista.
Drax. Okay.
Yeah. And when they gave him the wrong diagnosis on his "you're gonna die," I can relate.
Is he having a stroke? No. The only difference is you didn't have to kill every motherfucker in the hospital.
That is true.
At the end,
I think I could have. I'm trying to think of who was in the hospital. I think I like my chances. But yeah, that was a fun movie. Transformers. Oh my god! I'm telling you, y'all, fire the marketing team. That movie. You got to get by the 15, 20 minutes of setup like every other movie. But damn, then it was just nonstop and fantastic. The development of Megatron and Optimus, the growth of them, how they became who they are in this particular world. Yeah, that was pretty badass. I'm probably going to watch it again. It was that good.
It's a nice 180 from a couple episodes ago. And it was like, fuck that.
Yep.
Nobody watched that movie.
Dude, that's the thing.
Hey, let's do the trailer review. No.
Yeah, that stupidness from the trailer and all the silly crap and all that really wasn't even part of that silliness. You saw it all in one trailer. The rest of it, no, that shit's a drama all the way. And it was action-packed drama. It was well done. The character, nice. To see... Especially, and I'll be the first to admit, I am probably biased because I'm a Decepticon fan. But to see Megatron go from what he was to what he became and how they did it, and just to see why and his anger, it was just like, good God. Yeah, this movie, I pleasantly surprised. Honestly, I had nothing to do on Saturday. I saw the movie was coming out a week at a time. I was like, yeah, okay, screw it. The second trailer looked pretty good. I'll give it a shot. And I'm glad I did. It was a 40-minute drive to get there because obviously there's only going to be in a few theaters because it was an early release. So I had to drive 40 minutes to get there. But holy crap, I'm glad I did. I'm telling you, y'all are going to enjoy this.
Spoilers, they just cut out the part in Batman Begins where his parents die. And that's how Megatron became Megatron.
Damn it, you're not supposed to tell him. What the hell, man?
Joe Cool showed up. Joe Pride.
Megatron's mom's necklace.
Yeah. With just
Mamatron.
little pieces of Energon just hitting the ground.
They fell on his chest, and that's how you get the Decepticon insignia.
There you go.
Man. Oh man. Speaking of actually, that can remind me of TV shows. You guys bother with Agatha yet? Agatha All Along?
No, I
watched it last night.
I downloaded it, but I haven't watched it.
Because I'm like no interest in this.
I didn't mind it. I mean, she's it starts off like WandaVision. She's like this gruffy backwoods police detective trying to solve a murder.
The mayor of Easttown, right?
Yeah.
Like it's based on that show.
Yeah, and they find this body in the woods. She has black fingers and black toes, like somebody did when they died. So she starts investigating it. And then this other witch shows up and other witch shit happens. Then Agatha's naked, which I wasn't super mad about, right? It was like Venus de Milo. Her hair's covering her nips, but butt naked otherwise. I didn't have a problem with it. It's not... She has to get a coven of witches together so she could go on the yellow brick road or whatever, so she can get her powers back.
Yeah.
But... No, it's setting up. They dropped 2 episodes, which, thank God, they finally learned the freaking lesson. You cannot just drop 1 half-hour episode and expect people to be like, hell yeah, let's go. I'm going to be back next week. But it ends with them getting to the road, and then who knows what happens next week. I do not like that, what's-her-face, Aubrey Plaza's like, yep, this is the gayest shit in Marvel ever. You cannot promote stuff like that. It could be the gayest shit ever, and that's fine. But don't promote it as such. I don't even think gay people want to know that gay shit's coming out.
Wait. To be fair, my understanding is she didn't promote that. When they were doing the release and everything, that one gay dude asked her about it. And she just said yes, and it better be, because that's why she signed on. But it's not like...
No, what she said is it's like, by the end of the show, there's the biggest gay explosion ever in the Marvel Universe.
If it's all them women, who's going to care?
That's also true.
Also, let's be fair. Aubrey Plaza, she definitely is different. Not in a bad way, but I've seen enough times with her being on like Kimmel and Conan O'Brien back in the day, and then she is just a different person. Like, I don't think she even knows. Yeah, I don't even think she knows what she's going to say the next time. The next thing comes out of her mouth. I believe that.
Right.
Totally. I liked her in, what was that FX show? I think it was FX, where the X-Men
Legion.
I think it might be right. Yeah, that might be
Legion.
Right.
Yeah, like the X-Men adjacent show.
Yeah, she was great in that. She was great in that. I don't know what the hell the show. They go on vacation to Italy or whatever.
White Lotus.
Yes, that one. She was great in that. She was great in My Old Ass. She was not even in it that long. Granted, the movie's no nudity.
Jack's been drinking.
Well, you hear what I said, dude? Come on now. She was great in My Old... You missed the joke. Jack got it.
I got it.
Oh, okay. Why do you think I'm smiling?
I wasn't even in there that long.
Exactly.
Same Aubrey,
that
same.
also, I mean, also not. I guess I'm not. You know why I didn't react? Because I wasn't.
All
surprised.
about that cuddling. Cuddling started all this.
I wasn't surprised. I was like, oh, yep, that checks. Verified.
But okay, that being said, where she shouldn't do that because that's automatically going to turn off half your audience by promoting that shit.
Yeah.
Did you find it to be woke the first 2 episodes?
No, it's just Agatha trying to get her powers back. It's literally that. It's Agatha being Agatha. If you liked Agatha in WandaVision, so far I don't have a problem with it. It's just Agatha being Agatha.
Yeah, I wonder what all the fuss is. Because like I said, I only saw the little bit of the red carpet stuff where a dude was asking him, I hear this is the gayest Marvel thing ever. Is this true? And he asked that to like 5 stars. And all 5 of them were like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. I heard about this a couple weeks ago.
I mean, they are witches, so...
Yeah, it was like, I didn't care. And you know what? That was one of the girls, the black girl with the shaved head. That was her comment. She's like, well, witches are inherently like outcasts or whatever. They're different anyway, so you shouldn't be surprised that if they're some kind of alphabet, you know. It's like, okay, cool. Like, I will admit, didn't really know that was going to be a part of the thing. Don't really care. As long as that that's not the focus of the show, and it sounds like it's not, I don't give a fuck.
No, so far.
But I mean, that was one of the things that they used to burn them because they were witches, right? The whole, like, not because they were witches, but because they were different. Like, they would paint the witchcraft thing on them to be like, oh yeah, like this is something we can all get behind, right? And it's because dude came home from work or came home from working at the printing press all day, and his wife was getting, munched on by some other girl, and it was like, whoa, hey, hang on, now you're a magic user, type of thing.
That's come home to that. I'm just mad because you didn't wait for me.
Yeah, you didn't call.
Bitch, why didn't you invent a camera?
What the heck, right? Like, nowadays,
the guy over there is like, okay, hold on. Boof.
Nowadays, no excuse. No excuse. Your ass better be. There's FaceTime. There's all types of streaming that could be done. There is no excuse. If I come home and see that shit, when you had an opportunity to film that,
in the cuck chair painting it,
right? Just like, y'all do your thing. I'm good. Eating a celery and a paintbrush.
How did you guys all get into this loop and I wasn't involved? What the fuck is happening right now?
Man, so crazy. I'm getting mad thinking about it.
I'll call this girl. You eating someone out?
Right.
You didn't call me.
What the hell?
I'm in the bedroom. I'm in your bedroom right now.
I dreamt this. I'm mad at you because I dreamt it. It's like, what the? Don't even let me dream it. We ain't having that.
You better not do that when I'm asleep, or else I'm gonna wake up and slap the shit out of you.
Right? You want to hook up whatever girl? You hook up whatever girl you want, but man, I don't have to play, but I gotta watch. What the hell?
Oh wait, what's the quote? If you
knock me out in a dream, you better wake up and apologize.
There you go.
That's what.
Thank you.
We've been watching this week, Fight Night, the $1 Million Heist on Peacock.
Yeah. Is it? I'm
digging it.
Okay,
I'm digging it. Yeah,
I heard it's more of a drama and not the expected comedy that people thought it was going to be.
It is straight up drama.
Yeah. I heard it's got its moments.
There's funny stuff, obviously, but it's like what is it? Like the '60s?
Yeah,
when Muhammad was fighting all that shit, Vietnam-ish. But it's just how black people talk to each other. And that shit is always funny. And Taraji P. Henson's in there. She is funny as hell.
I mean,
and she gets to pick on Kevin Hart. Makes it more funny.
Yeah,
educational for me.
I'm about to watch how everybody but Lou talks.
Right, I'm about to watch a documentary. Get educated.
I cannot speak how black folk talk.
You try,
on a recorded podcast,
especially when you've been drinking.
Let me check the color settings and list the blackface off. Oh, wait, I can't say that. I forgot. Last time the shit froze on us.
Wait, where'd we go?
I'm waiting for both of War Machines to interact.
Oh yeah, huh? Dude, Terrence Howard, that hair. Lord have Murphy. He's straight pimping.
Yeah, he is.
Wow. I'm sitting saw that shit was like
he actually isn't even he actually wasn't even hired to be in the movie. He happened to be walking by and they were like, "Oh shit, get in here."
Right.
We will make any as Taraji P. Henson. It's like Hustle and Flow 2.
Bro, when I saw that trailer, I'm like, okay, I could see how this fits.
And then they added Sam Jackson.
Taryn Manning in that? Is that because she was in Hustle and Flow, right? She was the white girl.
No, there ain't no white girls on the show.
Hey,
there's all black people.
No way there's white girls.
It takes place in Atlanta.
I like that white girl in Hustle.
She's scrawny.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. I break a bitch, but she's still cute. She would not hang.
I don't know what she's up to. I haven't seen her in forever.
Was she in something else besides that? I mean, I wouldn't recognize her.
I think she was in for a while.
Yeah, she was in a few things back in the day, like the early aughts.
Because of her hairstyle and from Hustle and Flow, I would not have. If you said, "Oh, that's her," I'm like, "Really?" I would.
Actually, you don't know. It's funny, Duke. If Lou watches Hustle and Flow, he does turn black.
Oh my god, it is the weirdest thing, dude. It's not even a joke. I get attitude. It's just like, you know what's funny? It's like, what if I haven't been drunk in a very long time, like absolutely drunk. But if I'm drunk, around Spanish-speaking people,
was it
I can sometimes speak back to them in Spanish. It's like, what? All the shit just buried back there, and it just comes out. But yeah, man, when I watch, that's like one of the few that does it. But it's Hustle and Flow for show, man.
Was it the speakeasy, Lou?
Was what?
Last time you got drunk?
God, I think so, man. Shit, that might have been the last time. How many years ago was that?
2021, because we were in. It was that was when it was 120. Was when it was like 123 degrees out, and
I'm slacking.
we did the go-karts, and Jack just fell asleep.
Oh, that's right.
Holding everybody's purses and wallets and shit.
I forgot. We had everybody rolled up in the back of the SUV, driving around. Okay. Yep. That was fun.
We went to that other bar, the 305 bar or something like that.
That's
the one that was like... It's like was attached to the
Tuscany?
hotel.
The Tuscany?
But it's the one where it's like the name of the bar is like the number of taps they have or something. So it's
something like that, yeah.
Like the 76 bar or something.
365 or something.
There you go. Yeah.
And then one of them bitches butt dialed 911.
Yeah, that happened.
I was like, I'll handle that.
It's like, wait, just pass over the phone, y'all. Just hand it over.
This is Jack Tesh, number bop, 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 bop. Sorry, my bad.
Cancel this call. These bitches drunk. Click.
Right. Emergency override. Yeah, what's your override number? Exactly. Do y'all have that? That'd be kind of cool.
He has 912. He just dials 912 and he's like, nope. He's like, oh, I'm overriding. That's not a real call.
Just fine. 11 on the phone. This is bullshit.
That was a good night. That was such a good night.
Oh, man. Dude, I'm still, the speakeasy. All them bottles of moonshine. What was it? Every 50 or 75 bucks you spend, you get a bottle. We had like 17 bottles.
Yeah.
20 of them.
Well, no, it was, I mean, and you remember before when we were like, oh, like, it's fine. We'll just go to the speakeasy and wait for you guys, not realizing they were going to read every goddamn sign and look at every single picture. And it's like 2.5 hours later and they come down and we're like, we're on round 4. What's up?
I mean, that is the way to do it, though. If I'm going to a museum, I'm going to something like that. I did that when I visited Detroit. Went to Detroit, decade ago or so, and we went to the Detroit, International Art Museum, whatever, and they had a samurai display that was traveling, and it happened to be there at this time. And yeah, I'm the motherfucker that I'll sit there and I will spend 4 to 6 hours and I will read everything. If I'm with a group of people, I'll try to be polite. I'll take pictures of the stuff I want to read, and I'll read them later. Yeah. So I'll try to be considerate.
You're pooping.
But yeah, exactly. I mean, 6 hours, same thing.
Weirdly, he does that. He was doing that at the art museum, so it still took 6 hours because he was sitting there reading.
Just take all the pictures, like walk by, click, 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 click. I'll be in the bathroom. Come out 6 hours later, whether I'm in the bathroom or walking to the museum, same 6 hours. But yeah, I like to get my money's worth. I did it when I went to Omaha or Oklahoma City. I went to both for Magic tournaments back in the day, and I wanted to see, was it Fabergé eggs from Russia? They had a tour of that was going on at one of the museums, and I wanted to read everything. I was like, I want my money's worth. It's like buffet. Yeah. I want to make sure if I'm going to buffet, you losing money off of me, or I ain't going. That happened last week, dude. After Transformers, I was gonna go to the buffet. I'm like, no, I ain't hungry enough. They got good food. I would be fine, but they ain't gonna lose money off of me. Why am I?
Sad part is when we go into when we've done the sci-fi museums, and you're reading the stuff about Star Wars, and you're like, that ain't right. No.
Dude,
hey, can you fix this?
You're like, bro, give me a piece of paper. Hold up.
Like, I'm about to Wikipedia edit this shit. Y'all done fucked up, Ron.
You guys just have a gun that prints out like the font, the letters, so that I can just fix this right now.
Right. Yeah, it would have to match. I would lose my shit if it didn't match.
Right. Yeah. If it was, no, sir. All we have is 12 font. No, I need an 8.
Y'all don't understand. But yeah, I know what, dude.
Your whiteout paper.
It's interesting. You brought up Red Lobster in passing, but I didn't realize that they still have the Monday all you can eat. They had their Monday through Friday specials. They kept the Monday ultimate shrimp. on their menu. I did not realize that. Now that I know that, I'll start going back. I haven't been there since they got rid of that all you can eat shrimp.
Yeah.
But now that I know that that's still around on Mondays, then yeah, I'm like, all right, cool. You'll still get my money because, like I said, ever since that shit happened earlier this year or whatever it was, I haven't been once. I got a gift card and I ain't even been. Now
now you got to make up for it.
Yeah, for real. Well, I
I'm
mean,
back in bankruptcy.
like I said, I'm gonna get my dollars worth.
A month from now, lose. Like, by the way, I'm now the CEO.
I'm about to do some Joey Chestnut exercises, Kobayashi. I'm gonna get all that shit going. Get my
Lou's
stomach
going
stretched.
into a fight with Flavor Flav.
Yeah, for real. What time is it now, bitch?
Speaking of hot Joey Chestnut, I finally got around. I saw Beetlejuice on Tuesday.
I'm curious why is Joey Chestnut?
Because there was the guy in the under.
Oh,
he
yeah.
had all the hot dogs in his mouth.
Yeah, that is true. Because I made the same comment when I was watching. I was like, I see what they're doing here. Did the guy that played the dad that died? Did the actor die?
No, he's just a pervert.
Yeah.
Oh,
like he went to prison. He's like a registered sex offender. So like they were like, we're good.
Oh, okay. I was like, why didn't I just thought the actor was dead? You know, like, all right.
Yeah, no. I think they would have treated it differently if he was dead. I don't think he would have had half of himself getting eaten.
Right? There's a shark just squirting blood everywhere.
So was that the joke? Because he's like a predator, so they had him eaten by a shark.
Maybe.
Yeah, layers.
Yeah. Deep.
I like when he sat down next to the surfer who was missing his lower half.
Oh, right.
And he was like, cool.
That movie was so bad. That movie was so bad.
Really?
Yeah, it was some of the parts, man. It had its moments.
Parts are better than its whole.
Right. It's like this. It's like if they cut that movie up into what's the thing nowadays? TikTok or what's it called?
Reels.
Shorts. Cut that shit into real shorts or whatever. Fine. But as a whole, like the whole story with the boyfriend, that was dumb. Like, we're just gonna just plow through that.
That would have worked better if they got the wife. If they got rid of Beetlejuice's wife, that shit was useless.
Well, that too. Absolutely. What was the point?
Well, so my understanding of what had happened is that Tim Burton originally signed on, and then everybody else signed on because Tim Burton had signed on, and then Max or Warner Brothers came to him and said, "Oh, we want you to turn this into a series." So they originally wanted it to be a miniseries, a TV show, instead of a movie. And so then he said, "Fuck you, no. Do you know who I am?" And they wouldn't let him do it until he basically said, "Well, I'll do this for $80 million." And then they said, "Okay, you can do it as a movie." Whatever. I don't remember what, but it was under $100 million. He had to negotiate to lower the cost of the movie. So I'm guessing there was other stuff, maybe dealing with his ex-wife and stuff like that, or his girlfriend, that wasn't in the movie, because they could have cut her completely out and it wouldn't have changed anything that happened.
Anything at all.
Except for the Danny DeVito cameo, basically,
Yeah, I'm with you. When that was ending, I was hoping that boyfriend story, if they made that the story, that could have been a lot better.
Right.
Okay.
Because they could have developed it better.
Developed the relationship and then the reveal and all. It was like, oh, damn. Okay.
But I mean, even with how it was only an hour and a half movie. Yeah. So it's again, it's like when Jack cuts the podcast, right? It's where is the sweet spot? And so I think there's a longer movie in there, and it was either him or it was the studio that was okay, it's an hour and a half and that's all we're giving you, type of thing.
But I always give when they do shit like that. It's Harry Potter 3, man. It's you read the books and it does this high point, low point, high point, fill in the gaps. Harry Potter movie 3 only hit the high points through that movie, and it made that movie very terrible. I'm glad the TV show is coming out soon, and they'll have a chance to fill in all these gaps.
Are you talking about Percy Jackson?
No, Harry Potter. If I'm gonna fill a gap in Percy Jackson, I'm gonna fill that.
No, that's her shin, Lou. That's her shin.
Yeah. where the oysters are hanging out. But yeah, it was just like, oh, we have a point. That's how it's like. Again, I had the moments where I did laugh here and there, but as a movie as a whole, it was like, God, this is
But
terrible.
Bob was pretty funny.
Bob was good. I like Bob.
Bob was good.
I felt bad for Bob.
Yeah.
I'm sick of seeing
Larry
that damn
and
Beetlemax commercial. If I see that Beetlemax commercial,
No shit.
my good God.
Look, I'm just glad they haven't started up the Mahomes State Farm commercials yet.
That's a good point. Where are we? That's a very good point. I can't
saw
believe
one
that
with
hasn't
Andy
happened
Reid.
yet. A new one?
Yeah, where the chefs. That's from last year, though.
Yeah. That's from a decade, even before last year.
But yeah, no, I haven't seen any
But yeah,
Mahomes
you're right.
State Farm yet.
I don't know if I've seen as Mahomes commercial.
I still try to avoid commercials like the plague, so that's why thank God for Red Zone.
Well, you know what happens when you don't watch commercials, Duke? People
Right.
have to do Kickstarters and crowdfunding to get their products out.
I was going to talk about the other movie
Ain't
that I
that
saw
something?
first, but then
What
we
was
can
it?
talk
What
about
else did
both.
you see?
Yeah, what did you see besides
last
Beatles?
night I saw 1992. So it was
that's on streaming,
Tyrese.
isn't it? Not
Yeah.
streaming?
That was
It
the
just-
Snoop
it
Dogg
just hits.
movie. I mean, the Death Row movie.
No, it was Tyrese and Ray
Yeah, it
Liotta.
was produced by Death Row.
Oh,
Though.
it was a Death Row production.
Yeah,
It wasn't bad. I
was
mean,
that
it was
Riot movie?
yeah.
happens when the riots happen.
Yeah, but is it about the riots happening or something else?
Kind of like
It just
tangentially.
happens
It's
during
like
the riots. Or
it's like you have your story, and then around it is all the stuff with the riots. It's
well,
whatnot.
what's the story then? Because I
Well,
thought
so
it was just a
the story's
documentary
basic-
about the riots.
Well, so basically, Tyrese works at. He's had. They didn't really go into it a whole lot, but they give the impression that he's like an OG. Got busted, went to jail, came out. His wife or girlfriend and her mom died in some sort of an accident, so now he has to take care of his kid. His kid's a teenager, like young teenager.
How long was he in
And-
jail?
Was that?
How long was he in jail?
They didn't, like I said, they didn't go into a
They
whole
didn't
lot of
say?
it. Like, no. Or at least I don't remember. I mean, if they said it, it was like a passing comment. But,
Did he know
The thing
his
is-
wife and mom-in-law were dead?
well, they had him and his son had a conversation about it. So he was like, hey, like, I'm just trying to do my best. And then he was basically like, well, if mom and grandma were still here. And he's like, well, they're not, type of thing. Like,
I'm all thinking he got out of jail and didn't realize they were dead. Okay.
No. So then,
Okay.
so they kind of give the impression that he's trying to get custody, but it's in process, right? Because of his past, it's becoming a problem. So he works at this factory that makes catalytic converters, and then Ray Liotta's son is casing the joint because to make catalytic converters, you got to have platinum. So they
Right.
have, and some of this was in the trailer, but basically they have a giant vault of platinum that they're like, well, we're never going to break past all of the security and all the cameras and all the stuff that they have, right? And it's in Vernon, which is where I used to work, and like the heart of where the riots happened. And so then they announced that, you know, the cops who beat Rodney King were all found not guilty, and the riot starts, and then they go, oh, it's go time. So then Tyrese finds his son wandering around, just kind of like, he hasn't committed to like actually doing any larceny or stealing or anything, but he's wandering around like, ooh, should I do it? Should I do it? And Tyrese comes up and is like, get in the goddamn car. Like, and so then they go to this factory because they think it's going to be safer than their house. And then they meet up with the gang, and then the stuff happens, right? Tyrese ends up being like a super badass, of course, like straight just slapping people. He's like the guy who walks up and is like, bam, and people are like on the ground, like unconscious. Like it was that. So, but I mean, Ray Liotta, one of his last performances. So, I mean, you know, but you could tell like he's probably wasn't like doing super well at that point. Like, but it was it was fine for like a heist movie, a low budget heist movie, which is basically what it was. Like,
I had no idea that was a heist movie. I seriously thought it was just like, we're going to do a documentary. Like, it was basically about the riots.
and like I said, tangentially, like stuff happens around the riots, but
yeah, but that's not the focus of the movie. And I thought it was.
correct. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised, dude. That's 30 years later, and nobody's made a movie about that yet. A theatrical movie. And there's some TV movies I've seen, or at least I've heard of.
I've seen a couple documentaries and stuff, but I haven't seen Yeah,
we all lived it. No reason to make a movie of it.
No shit. Yeah, we were there.
I don't know. I would have thought it would have came out right after George Floyd was martyred.
How many World Trade Center movies have we gotten?
4.
20.
Yeah.
No, okay, 4 in the theater, and then 20, and 16 others. Yeah,
right.
But I mean, I enjoyed it. It was fine. I didn't fall asleep during it.
How long?
Hour and 40 minutes, something like that.
Okay, under 2. Under 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It was like an hour 37 because I was like, okay, I'm gonna go up and play video games. All right, I just got done eating. Okay, okay, cool. 9:05. Yeah, so it was like an hour 35, something like that.
All right.
So,
easy watch.
But do we want to talk about PulseCon a little bit? Because I know we talked about that a little bit in chat or in texting while it was going on.
It was underwhelming.
Underwhelming.
Yeah, it was not a whole lot to talk about there. It was
I was hoping they would reveal something cool. I mean, the Prince Caesar figure's cool. It's about time that happens. And I guess on some of the press materials, they said they're going to release a dash, so that'll be cool.
That is cool. I did not know that, so that's cool.
And then they announced the Cantina, or not the Tatooine Street.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
to go with your HasLab.
Yeah.
I thought I tell you what, y'all, if I was working and they dropped Grimlock to $1,000, I would have paid for that thing.
Right.
1,700 down to 1,000, 1,700 or 1,500 or something like that. It was 1,700 the last year. However, if you bought it on site at Comic-Con, it was 1,500, and now it's 1,000. It was like, man, let this unemployment go through November. The government's about to pay for it, damn.
I like the G.I. Joe announcements. Those were kind of cool. I kind of like that they have the virtual Hall of Fame now. So
yeah, hopefully
next year they'll get Larry Hammett in it because he was as far as what separated G.I. Joe from like all the other kind of war-based soldier, I think he had a lot. To me, he had like the biggest influence on it over really anybody else.
Agreed.
But
I didn't watch any of the Transformers stuff.
Yeah,
you didn't miss anything. I was waiting for it. It was like, okay.
Did they make their next HasLab announcement, or was that okay?
They're making one at New York Comic Con. So Ghostbusters again.
Okay.
I think Ecto one related based on the teaser image they keep showing.
So from the new movie maybe.
I don't know.
3/4 inch, 3 3/4 inch scale Ecto.
No, they already announced that though. They had that at Comic Con.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
You were so distracted by the Rattler.
Dude, that thing is so badass though. God, dog, that thing is so badass. I'll tell you what, I was shocked though. I was looking to see like after the fact, like I don't know, yesterday, day before, what things have sold out. A lot of the Marvel toys sold out. Pre-sold out.
Marvel's hot. Those Legends have been selling really well lately.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The Xandar sold out.
Yep.
Luke, Black Series Luke sold out. Just few things. Like I was just not expecting that.
I was just underwhelmed with the stuff that the for as posable and stuff like that as they are. I was super underwhelmed with like the number of accessories that they came with.
Didn't it come with?
Like the Black Series. But again, I haven't been clear.
Yeah,
the
Black Series doesn't come with a lot of accessories at all. To Joe's, they come with a lot of accessories.
$27, F that, man.
Well, I mean, I think we were talking about that last week, Jack. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, there's no way I would have ever collected Star Wars toys if I was a kid now. My parents would have been like, nah.
I remember when I started Red Card 95, and I was, just getting the very first one was a Vader and a 3PO, and I was homesick. I got it brought to me as a gift. It was, I think the sticker was $4.97 or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. It's like $45, something like that, yeah.
That bright ass green sticker on the upper right corner.
That said KB.
And it was $4.97. And then obviously it eventually went up to $5.99 or whatever it was. And it was about $5-6 for the longest time. When I saw that those vintage figures were like $13 a piece, I'm like, you're out of your damn mind. No.
And they come with nothing.
Mm-hmm. It was just, you got to be kidding me. F that. No way.
Well, I mean, even when episode
for a 3 Thor cord. That should be your Black Series cost.
Yeah. When episode 1 came out, and I think they were like $8, and we were like,
something, yeah.
What's up with that?
But at least they came with a cool microchip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it was $6.99, $7.99. I think you're right about that. It went up to $8. But it did. It had that, and what you have, the little communicator to read all the
Comtech.
Yep.
But now I go into the store and I look and I'm like, I mean, they're cool, but I'm not paying no $27 for it. Like,
yeah, there's not too many. Like the Thrawn that I don't know if yours already shipped, if you got it, Jack, but the Black Series Thrawn that came out the same time the Rebels Chopper and Sabine came out.
Mm-hmm.
So mine just shipped. So there's a few that I'll get, and this is weird. I don't even get all the Vaders in this line. I got the white Infinity's Vader. So that one looked pretty cool. And if there's something that looks pretty cool, I'd grab it. But I got a Thrawn. But there's not a whole lot other than that I'm like, oh, I'm with you. I walk by looking at Transformers. So I do collect all the Transformers Studio 86. And I'll go through that aisle, and then that same aisle is a Star Wars. I'll walk down, halfway through the aisle, go look. It's like, oh, that's cool. There's a lot of stuff here. That's cool. That price. Okay, turn around. I'm out. Let me go find a durable section. There's some shit for $4.97. That's cheap. I can handle that.
But yeah,
right, $4.97.
Yeah, so glad that I decided to just keep the bus and get rid of all the figures that I had at one point, because I was just like,
took all mine in storage.
Yeah,
figures, bus.
Sold most of mine.
I'm sure eventually I will. And then I always get the same question. Well, if you're going to sell it all, why have a store? I'm like, because if I brought it here and kept it, I'd have to have a 2-bedroom, and the cost of a 2-bedroom is more than the cost of a 1-bedroom and a storage. That's why it's still cheaper to do it this way.
Yeah.
Until I eventually sell it all, but the time to go through all of it, and because I'm not going to, obviously I'm going to keep some stuff, but
right.
But
it's like when I had to pare everything down, and I was like, okay, I'm only going to keep one line of stuff. Like the stuff that I had the most memories related to with you guys and whatever was the General Giant bus. And so I was like, okay, like that's what I'm going to keep, and I bought like 8 of those big Costco tubs, and that's where they're at, Eventually I'll probably, once I paint this room and get it organized somewhat, I'll get them up on shelves or whatever.
Out.
Yeah, I'll bust out the bus. But then I'll work on getting, backfilling, because I think at this point, in general, I think they're around, they're still reasonable. There was a period of time too when the General Giant stuff was just disgusting.
Yeah, the new stuff is disgusting. Because I started picking up a couple here and there. Like I got
Sabine,
Chrysanthemum. I got a couple Sabines. CAD. They're pushing like 120, 130.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, for what we were paying 70 for.
Dude, we started off when I started off getting bus in 05, 06, 07, whenever it was $45 a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to your what to keep, I do have a feeling that when all said and done, it's only going to be the General Giant and Sideshow, mostly anyway. Because I'll keep General Giant, I'll keep Sideshow. The other things that'll be maybes, like the Code 3, I'll probably keep the Code 3, especially since I have the signed James Earl Jones versions of a Saber.
Yeah, you're not allowed to get rid of that anymore.
Yeah, that ain't going anywhere. The James Earl. I think I have the Vader's tie and the lightsaber.
Oh, I have a bunch of the mini lightsabers still.
Well, the lightsaber was matched to replicas, I think.
Yeah.
I know the TIE Fighter was Code 3. Vader's tie was Code 3.
Yeah.
The 3D posters that they did. Because Celebration 3 had an exclusive. I think of one of them. So those type of, I don't want to call them high end, but non-figures. I'll probably keep those, and then all the figures will go. The ship's already gone. 12-inch, I still have all those. The Unleashed, I have the complete set of Unleashed still. All the cinema scenes, all that shit. So
I will say, sitting in the high-end Star Wars collectibles panel at Comic-Con, some of that stuff looks really fucking awesome. Like the one that had the bust. So they have, I think they have they've already released a Venom. And it's like the bust is like the bust, but then at the bottom, down towards the neck, they've like done a bunch of scenes, kind of like that are related to the character, and so they talked about they're releasing one for Vader, and like it's his helmet, but then at the bottom, kind of around the nape of his neck, is like the Duel of the Fates fight. You know, him fighting Luke, him throwing, like a bunch of different kind of almost mini dioramas, like to kind of like show the story. And I was really impressed. I thought the quality of that was really, really good.
Are they statues?
A small one like that, didn't
Yeah,
they?
they're like a 1 to 2 scale, or 2 to 1. Was it 1 to 2? But it's like half the size. It's not a full size, but it's
1/2 scale. Yeah.
But I think not the mall was kind of in that same vein of the mall, where the mall with the platform, but these were like busts where like it was almost like there was like a smoke effect around the Vader,
cool.
around like this part of his head, and then in that smoke they had different.
Lick your finger and then do that again.
Yeah, wow,
right here, right at the point of his breathing mask. But I out of all the stuff that I saw that they showed, I was most impressed with that. Like, so that would be something too, where it's like you're going to buy one every, because they're only going to release one every 2 years. This isn't going to be like
or less,
Hasbro, where they're like, here's another 50 figures that are $35 each. It is like, here's a bust that costs $1,200, but you don't have to worry about that for 2 more years, and they said that they were working on trying to fix. Said they were trying to. What's that?
That's not bad. $50 a month.
Yeah,
over 2.
They said that they were trying to figure out if they could put electronics in it to make the lightning go with. You see the inside of where you saw his skull and stuff like that, like a Return of the Jedi type thing. And I'm like, oh shit! If you could pull that off, like, that'd be that would be something I definitely would be interested in. But then they gave them all one way, and they gave it away to the guy sitting next to me, and I was really upset about that.
They're stupid statues.
Lesson learned: never sit in the middle of the aisles at Comic-Con, because if you're in a panel with giveaways, they always walk down the middle aisle, and they always look at you as they walk by, and you're just like, you're not. Nope. No. Oh, okay. Cool. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Then 5 minutes later, you're like, me? Huh? Me? No. Oh, okay. Nope. That's good. Yeah. So yeah. So sorry, that was a tangent off of the PulseCon stuff, but
no. I mean, toys is kind of on point.
Yeah.
We're on topic.
So, but I guess to go back to what Jack had mentioned earlier about me being annoyed by large companies taking advantage of platforms like Kickstarter.
Last week's was cliffhanger.
Last week's cliffhanger.
Yep. Teaser.
I'd say so. Saying that, I think the HasLab stuff is exactly how the large companies should do it, where it's on their platform, it's on their dime, right? Like they're the ones that are. I mean, again, they made $9 million off of the Rattler, right?
It is.
Well, again, the total, whatever it's going to cost them, right? But at the end of the day,
right,
they have a guaranteed $9 million outside of the random cancellations, right?
I guess you do have 30 days to cancel.
Yeah. But, I mean, let's say it goes from 9.8 to 9.6. I mean, it's still a substantial amount of money, right?
Nobody's canceling.
Yeah, nobody's canceling. But it just really bugs me when, like, the companies like that go to Kickstarter and I get if it's a partnership with Kickstarter as like a promotional thing, but when they just start like it, to me, I'm like, okay, if you're a big enough company, if you're a Gentle Giant or you're a McFarlane Toys or whatever, like you're a NECA, for example, or whatever, like you shouldn't need to use Kickstarter. You should follow the HasLab, in my opinion, right? To me, Kickstarter and stuff is for like the 3 of us come up with an idea for a board game and we want to see if people are interested in it or not. That's cool. But as far as like them coming and saying, oh yeah, like it's the quickest Kickstarter ever, the largest Kickstarter ever. Well, no shit, because it's already an established company with a history, and they're selling a figure that or a whatever it is, a tchotchke that probably already has a line behind it. Like, of course you're going to make the most money off of it, but also you should have that on your own shit. Like, but that's my 2 cents on that. Like.
That being said, I did back the McFarlane Medieval Spawn that they just closed, so and it looks badass.
Yeah, like this is definitely a you guys thing. They're like, I didn't know Kickstarter was a company. I thought that was just a thing you did.
No,
Well,
Kickstarter.com.
Yeah, I did not know that was. I was like, oh, there's a Kickstarter for this. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't know it was actually Kickstarter. It's like Jacuzzi. I didn't know Jacuzzi was a brand. Like, I knew Tupperware was, stuff like that. I thought that hey, let's hang out at the Jacuzzi. I was like, oh no, it's not. Okay, like I didn't know Kickstarter was a thing like that. The way you, I think I would support that. Though, Duke, the way you're talking about it, I would have to think that the way HasLab does it, where here's an idea, we made one prototype, and basically it could be tweaked, and if we get enough people that want to buy it, great, we'll make it. Because there's probably a lot of things out there that it's hard for the company to take that risk. It's like, oh, we're going to make this thing, it's $300, people aren't going to buy it, and they just lost a bunch of money when it's on sale at
Target doesn't want it on the shelf because you're taking up 7 shelves.
But but remember all the shit that Hasbro and Mattel used to do back in the day when Toys R Us was a thing? Like how much of that shit that it would show up and the box would be huge, and it would just sit there because it would be $350, and you're like, nobody's going to buy that. Like at least now they're being a little more strategic about it,
Yeah, HasLab is probably the best thing that they've come up with in a long time.
And I, you know what? I am totally fine with them saying, okay, well, cool. So the Cantina was a fucking huge success. Now we know we can probably come out with the Tatooine street, and that's going to follow that line, right? Because they had that slide during PulseCon where they were like,
right,
we wanted to replicate what the sheet in the old catalog. You would buy a TIE fighter and it would have the catalog of what was coming out, and they wanted to replicate that with that street stuff, which to me, if I was buying it, I'd be like, fuck yeah, like that's awesome that you're going to focus on filling out that scene as opposed to just saying, well, you have a cantina and you have a street, moving on, like.
I'm more curious on where they get their determinations of, we'll make this if we sell 6,000, or 4,000, or 3,000, or 12,000. I understand there's a numbers game and the cost to make it and what they expect in profit, but the question is, what's the ROI? So if your return on investment is whatever percentage wise, okay, it's fine. But at what point do we get to the greedy factor, right? It's like, oh, we could break even at 6,000, but we're not going to make it unless we hit 10,000. To me, it's like those numbers I'd really like to know.
Yeah.
Because some of these numbers, facts. But sometimes like that, it's like, wait, you got so close, but you're not going to do it? Like, how?
Well, yeah, like the Cantina, they hit all but one tier, so we're not getting the Wolfman. I don't remember how far they were from maxing out, but now we're not getting the Wolfman, allegedly.
But obviously, they already have a tooling for the Wolfman, right? Like, I feel they at least had it further. They wouldn't offer it, I feel like, unless they hadn't already invested some time into developing the figure.
Right.
To be honest with you, I really like what Lego does. Is like, you can just go to the Lego site, and they have a thing where you could literally put in anything at all. They'll put it up on their site as far as something you can vote on. And once it gets a certain percentage of votes or a certain number of votes, then they see if it's something that they can do. And I mean, they basically own the license for every single pop culture thing for the most part. They got
a Jaws boat. We were at the Lego store and they had a Jaws boat there.
Right. Yeah. So they probably have a big deal with all the Universal stuff, But I like the fact that you can just go on there and say, hey, I want to see this. And if you go to the site and look and say, oh, I want that too. Once it gets to a certain point, they go, oh, okay, can we make this happen?
Yep.
That's their version of HasLab?
Yeah.
Okay. It's called Lego Labs or Lego Creations or something. I forget. I think it's
Lego Creations. But I think you're right. The Creation sounds right. And oftentimes,
submit something.
You just there's like a form.
You just fill it out.
Yeah.
Oh, damn,
and like I said, you can literally ask for anything. And if there's no, I think they do their legal due diligence, right? If there's some sort of conflict with
Mega
with
Blocks or some
licensing
shit.
or something like that,
Yeah.
then they won't put it up on the list. But if it's other, like they came up with a whole series of flowers because somebody like put, I want a tulip made out of Legos, and it was like it went up the list, and they were like, oh, okay, now there's a series of flowers that you can buy.
Shit, yeah, we even got some.
Saw them
My
at
wife
Target.
got like sunflowers or some shit.
The rose one at Target the last couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I believe that came from the creations. Like, I don't think that was something that I'll be honest with you, I think they lean on the creations for a lot of their stuff as far as at least what they're...
They should. There's your audience telling you what they want.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they should do.
Lego people are cray, though. The prices they pay for some of that shit, Jesus. Talk about a $27 figure.
Yeah, Lego, man.
Yeah.
That is.
But again, those minifigs, dude. Some of those minifigs, ridiculous.
I don't know if you saw.
I would almost buy. They have a giant ass Star Destroyer, right?
Yeah,
probably $300. But it comes with a Cal Kestis minifigure. I'm like, maybe.
You'd be prying that out of. You're prying that out of the plastic, and then like. Nope, it's fine. I'm just going to return this.
Exactly. I'm going to pull that shit out, pretend it's a Ninja Turtle from Walmart, and just swap it out.
Just put in a little rock.
Right?
Damn. I still have, my episode 3 Lego sealed in box. The Turbo Tank.
Sell them for good money.
Turbo Tank, Arc 170. At least, though, I can't remember what the other ones I have, but I still have those two sealed. When I was moving storages a few years back, I came across that box. I'm like, oh, I've never opened these. All right, close it back up and put it in storage.
That's cool that I own that. Back in storage.
Exactly. It was literally me looking over, leaning into the box. So I don't know what's in this box. I opened it up. I was like, oh, cool. Episode 3 Legos. And it's basically opening night when all the toys came out. Whatever Legos were available opening night, that's what's all in there. So I don't remember what they made, except I remember seeing, like, visually looking at that night was the Turbo Tank and the Arc 170. So whatever else is there, I have it. So there's probably a Starfighter if they made a Starfighter, or a Vulture droid, or whatever else. Whatever they made, I probably got those in that box too. But I only saw the ones up top, which were those two.
Real quick, it is Lego Ideas.
Okay. So close.
Is you can submit, and then you can vote on it. So it's kind of cool.
Now I'm wondering, talking about Legos, I wonder if I got rid of my Jabba's Palace. That was a good set.
So like right now, the ones that they're like promoting is like a vintage billiards table, a kinetic tin toy, a train, lake house, the Muppet Theater with operational stages.
Sold.
That actually looks really cool.
Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me. Can I share? Can I share my screen?
Speaking of the whole episode 3 Legos, I still have. Remember, there was like limited to 500. It was like the Royal Guard or something like that with Vader. It was a little cube.
Oh yeah, that little cube that we had.
Yeah, I still have mine.
Tell me that doesn't look badass.
That's
pretty cool.
Like
585 days left.
Well, it's so they post it for a long time.
2 years to vote. Good Lord.
Well, and so right now they know what the
estimated cost. I don't see that on there.
If they tell you.
Because if it ain't too expensive, I'd be all over
Official
that.
Lego
that
comments.
looks pretty cool. Will our audience be able to see this screenshot?
Maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
I guess we'll go.
So the number, the days, is that it adds on days as people vote for it. It looks like. So
it never gets made. Got
it. Well, they passed 1,000 supporters on September 13th. So what, like 2 weeks ago? No, like a week ago, and they've already doubled the number of. So, but yeah, that actually looks really cool. They did a really good job with that. But yeah, I mean that's just.
So somebody says they want the Muppet Theater, and then Lego goes and designs it, and then puts it up there.
Set up. Yep.
And then you just vote on it, and the more votes you get, the longer time you have to do. Yeah. Okay, all right, that's solid.
So like the Jaws,
it
got 10,000
I could support
supporters.
That's cool.
So then so you have to hit 10,000 supporters. It looks like now officially advance this project to the review phase, and it took them a year.
So
no, not even a year. No,
is that it?
6 months.
Yeah, but they don't care about time. It's about number of supporters. So for them, 10,000. Is it 10,000 on any project? Because HasLab, it's not.
I think so.
It's different because the cost is different.
Right. Well, so this passed 10,000 supporters, and they announced it on November 7th, and then May 31st they approved it. So, and then you said you saw it, right? One of you guys said you saw it.
Yeah, it's at the Lego store.
Wasn't it Downtown Disney?
We saw it for sure. We were just at Downtown Summerlin. They have a Lego store there now, so we were over there.
Gotcha.
That's kind of cool. Types of bridges. But yeah, so Beetlejuice Ghost House.
I mean, that's not a terrible way to do, I guess, a Kickstarter type thing, HasLab type thing. I'm all right with that. That seems pretty cool.
I mean, I think it's kind of original. Like, hey, if you can get enough people to
support
it, then yeah, we'll at least evaluate it and let you know. So
I can dig it.
I did another Kickstarter recently. Lou, you remember May 4th this year or something? The dude had the pins with the Clone Wars dropships and the clones like hanging off of a chain.
Hanging off the chain, yes.
So I didn't get all of them. And he was like, well, I'll do a Kickstarter and I'll add a couple others so you can get the ones you didn't get. So I did that one. I think he funded in like an hour or two just based on what he needed to sell for it to be funded.
Right. I think that's going to be the key. Right? It's like I said, it's like, is the minimum going to be the break-even point, or is the minimum going to be, I want to make at least this much money? And I'd be very curious about that, especially Hasbro, because I have to imagine that a few other things, like their tiers and their numbers, they need to lower that shit sometimes.
Sometimes. I've heard that they probably don't make a lot of money on that stuff just because, well, like the Proton Pack, and that thing was pretty badass. There's no way they made a ton of money on it. Just the research, development, all that stuff.
Technology these days, 3D, everything these days. I mean, it doesn't take a whole hell of a lot to get it done anymore with current technology. If this was 30 years ago, I would imagine those numbers that we're seeing would have to be doubled, minimum to be doubled to get to that point. Now, shit, it's what is it? Freaking cookie cutter shit with a lot of this these days. Even with the higher end, like the Proton Pack, I wouldn't be surprised. So I don't know. We'll see.
We can have a longer conversation at one point, but I'd be curious to hear what you guys think as far as like when we were kids and toys, like how toys were made and that toys were necessarily directed at us, and now today, like, do you think like toys
still directed at us?
Another? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, has it been? You think like as we have gotten older, the toys have changed to keep us in the loop, while kind of maybe I don't want to say neglecting kids that are out there today, but But again,
I'll just end up saying no, or we wouldn't have 14 different Vaders every year and Lukes every year, because there's still the reason why they do that is for the new fans coming in. It's like, oh, cool, I want a Vader. Oh, they made that in 1995, so you can't find one. No, they keep doing it every other year. So it's like, oh my God, how many of blah 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 are they going to make of this? Well, they have to make it every year because they're staple characters, and the new generation every year there's a new fan coming up. Because a 6-year-old who hated Star Wars last year loves it. Is 7 years old now and loves it. So, and that's just the thing. So now, if they can rope us in the process on some of the stuff, okay, great. That's just bonus. But there's so much stuff. And think about it. Go to your Target Walmart aisle, and you see, especially Asia's 3+. There's so much stuff that's still targeted for the littles. There's no way any of us would buy that stuff. Zero chance. We would buy any of that. So
he said buying a case full of durables.
There's
yeah.
no 3+ on that. It's a 0+.
Yeah, that's different. Dude, and that's where I was out tonight too. I hit all the Walmart. I hit not all, but I hit 3 Walmarts looking for the Series 2, Galaxy Peaks Series 2, since they're starting to hit now. Didn't find anything, but I did find 2 more adorable Squish-a-Lot Maries. No Jacks. Jack's been hard to find. I've only gotten 2 ever, but I've gotten like 5 Maries.
So I have to go to. So today we started recorded late because I was in Hood River for a wedding thing. So I wore this shirt. So this is now my official Hood River wine drinking shirt.
That's
and
dangerous.
I got like another half a dozen compliments on it. People love the shit out of this shirt, man. So I'm like, okay, for the actual wedding, do I dig up a drip? Or do I just wear a regular shirt? Is it because it's cocktail? It's like cocktail attire.
You're going to a wedding, dude. You dress up for a wedding, right?
Do you? Is dig up a drip not dressing up?
No. You're going to a cocktail party before or after the wedding. You better be in a button up with a tie.
You need a cummerbund.
You very well may need a
depending on how things go.
No.
Maybe come in her bun, if you know what I'm saying.
Wedding crashers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all right, fine. No dig of a drip on Saturday. Fine.
It depends. Like I said, I don't know what the dress is. If it does say, black tie, cocktail, whatever, no, you're not wearing something with the logo on it or pop culture on it. You're wearing
Yoda.
I mean, you could put on some Yoda cufflinks. How about that? You could accessorize.
Cocktail
Vader cufflinks for my wedding.
Yeah, see, you could absolutely accessorize, but they're
somebody wouldn't let me have a whole Star Wars wedding.
Boo.
Well, I mean, we talked about it, and then you decided to go marry a woman, and I mean, that's just on you.
That is on you.
I would have let you have a Star Wars wedding, baby.
It wasn't legal back then.
Oh yeah, in that case, no, then I can't support
it. And then we'd have to change the name of the podcast to 2 gays and a white guy.
Totes approach.
And people would tune in and be like, wait a second.
Right?
Which one's which? And then Lou starts talking like, ironic.
We got it. It'll take them all in 5 seconds to figure that shit out. Unless I had just seen Hustle and Flow the night before.
I was like, I'm going to whoop that trick.
Oh my God. I swear. Go in there and give me that microphone.
So, we haven't talked much about board games, and I'm guessing at some point we probably should. But
why?
Doing a guy's
like nerd shit, bro.
Was that?
I was like, why? I was like, says the guy who plays board games on his Xbox all day.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, Carcassonne, like Carcassonne. You got to play it on your. You got to play it on your PS5.
Settlers of Catan.
If you haven't played the Clone Wars, it's just Star Wars: The Clone Wars. There's a Star Wars: The Clone Wars board game that's based on the Pandemic board game rules. It's actually really fun, and it's a short, like it's each game lasts about 60 minutes. But basically, it's one of those like you have to go through and destroy. Like you pick one of like six Jedi, I think 6 Jedi. And you're fighting the Separatist forces, and it's based on the Pandemic rules, which like everybody goes and does their thing, but then like you roll for the enemy, so it's a PvE. Basically, everybody is together working to defeat this thing, and it can get pretty hairy when you have 4 or 5 people because the number of droids and the number of stuff that lands on planets, and there's punishments and stuff like that, but we're doing a guy's game night tomorrow, so I'm going to take that. We're going to play that again. Just as an FYI.
I don't know what Pandemic is.
Yeah, I was waiting for it to stop just so I could say, are we supposed to know what Pandemic is?
It's one of those things like it's hard to explain because unless you've played it, so Pandemic is one of those games where like there is a life to the game where it actually some of the stuff that you do where you'll like tear a card up. So it's like almost kind of like a one and done. You'll mark cards and that type of thing. This game you don't do any of that. They don't have the cards are the same but Pandemic is one of those where it's supposed to be played like over sessions, and basically you're working to prevent it. You're a group of scientists supposed to work together to prevent a pandemic, and the pandemic is basically the board game, right? Like the pandemic is the germ or the thing, and so you're fighting against it. So you'll do one thing, and it will react based on that type of thing. And then I've never actually played Pandemic, but when I saw that there was a Star Wars version of Pandemic, I was like, everybody that I know of that has actually played Pandemic has had a ton of fun playing it. So I was like, I'll check this out. And we've actually had a couple board game nights where you played it, and it's fun. Like,
is this that same or similar to Comic-Con? I was with you for a bit, and you were talking to that one girl about some board game.
No,
and the box was freaking ginormous. The whole
that's Gloomhaven.
Oh,
where the box weighs like 50 pounds.
Yeah, that thing was ridiculous.
It's because everything all that game is so big because you actually the joke with that game is you could actually spend more time setting up and breaking down that game than actually playing the game. Because that's a dungeon crawler. So
man, it looked it. Holy shit.
Yeah. But when I handed it to you and you were like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, I was not expecting. No. This thing was ridiculous. It was crazy.
Yeah.
See that box behind you, Jack? Yeah. Imagine that. Imagine that board game.
Speaking of that, why you still got boxes behind you, son?
Oh, so I use this box as a table. This box changes, so I don't have to be bending over.
I like it. Oh my god, you got to protect that back.
Exactly. I still got way too much to pack up. I started bringing the boxes down out of the garage though, so get that shit down.
Those are the ones to get down your bus boxes so you can pack the bus stuff.
Yep.
What's your timeline?
I'm hoping next weekend.
I was going to say 10 days.
Nice.
Yeah? Give or take.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because the closet's supposed to get done Monday. I'm like, let's freaking go. Shit.
You have to send us a picture of what the backyard looks like right now, so then when we show up and go, ooh.
Yeah, I'll be there in 3 weeks. Don't worry about it.
I might be there at some point. We'll see.
December?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be there December. I'll be there twice in October.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been picking out like stone and tiles and shit for the pool. Last week we went to go pick out plants, big old shade trees in the backyard.
Native plants, hopefully.
Yes.
No, I think they call them indigenous plants.
Indian plants? What?
You have to give them back.
So bad.
Yeah, for sure. What? We've already got an hour and 10 minutes? How'd that happen?
Yeah, we've been going. I mean, this has been a good episode, boys.
I agree. That went fast. Well, in that case, let me skip ahead to okay. I didn't quite do white people shit. That'll happen on Saturday when I go see Empire Strikes Back with the symphony. However, I had to shut down some white people shit real quick. So about 3 days ago,
it was too white for you,
dude. You tell me. You guys tell me because you're the white people here. So you guys tell me. So about 3 days ago, SO wanted to show me something on the phone, and it was like, "Hey, would you consider this?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" It was matching Christmas pajamas. I'm like, "Are you out your damn mind?" And then she said, "But they're Star Wars." And then I still like, no matching pajamas. I'm white. I ain't that white. What the hell, y'all? So now you tell me, what do y'all do? Matching pajamas?
We have.
Ooh,
we did Christmas pajamas one year, all four of us.
Oh wait, only once?
Yeah, it was just one time.
Oh, okay, all right.
There's no way you're getting the older one to do that now.
Actually, I wanted to. Now that I have a nephew, I'm like, it'd be cute to have all three of them together. And she said the only way she would do it is if it was pajamas. She will not wear a Christmas dress. But she said if it was pajamas, she'd be okay with it.
I can see it. Even just the four of y'all, I could see her participating in it if it's cool. I went to the beach. It was a club called The Beach in Las Vegas, and it was 2002. So,
and Leonardo DiCaprio was there
with some 25-year-old, I'm sure.
The same 25-year-old he's getting now. Like,
Right?
No, it's her daughter now.
It's her daughter right over here.
Weirdly, he's still at the beach with a 25-year-old. 22 years later.
It's crazy how they don't age.
But yeah, I mean, I think that type of stuff I think is fine. Because I think there's a difference between saying, hey, I'd like for you guys to come and do this stuff, versus, oh man, like you never make time for me. Like I think there's like a there's a way to say it, and
how you put it out there matters too.
Yeah.
I'm obviously totally not against going up to Portland, and now we start adding things as well. Again, between the soccer team that we can add stuff to, between the WNBA that's showing up in 2 years. And
Rose City Comic Con. Like if we could figure out a way.
Now there's Rose City. There's options now of not just, hey, let's just go hang out and we'll wing it. Now it's like, oh, let's hang out and do this and do this and do this. And it's like all these things are starting to fall into place where it's like, okay, cool. And you don't have to worry about, well, not that you were worried, not that any of us are worried about entertaining ourselves. Let's be real. We can have nothing on the agenda and we will be entertained.
Yeah.
Just add alcohol to the mix in the apartment. We're good. What'd you do this weekend? I went to Portland and got drunk. Did you go see anything? Nah.
I don't remember.
Good thing Duke's on the board. How about that?
There you go.
He's on his HOA, so we're good.
Lou, stop trying to climb over the fence.
It's not against the rules. I read your CCNR. I know what's up.
Lou all up on the top of the fence like a goddamn chipmunk. Hey. And wait, is Lou naked?
It depends what kind of fence you got. He might be. Get some tickles going on. The right fence. I'm gonna walk back and forth. Oh, it feels good. Oh, you're the best fence ever. Oh shit. So what y'all guys got going on besides Comic-Con tickets on Saturday? Well, not that Duke can help.
Yeah.
So I got that. Little one's baseball season starts. Probably gonna have to miss that because it's Comic-Con tickets. Girl Scout bridging ceremony. Share at the Smith Center.
Yeah.
The Share play or whatever.
Yeah.
And then a Girl Scout fall product rally. So Saturday.
What is that?
Cookies?
No, not cookies. It's like nuts and candies and magazines and shit.
Well, send us some.
We'll send it to you when it comes out. Yeah.
We'll take care of you. I'm cool with subscribing for a year of National Geographic for $8.
Do they still make magazines? Good Lord.
Yeah, dude.
Old people, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, they got about 20,
boomer.
They got about 20 more years of that. Then I used to be a Sports Illustrated subscriber, but I just wanted the free jackets. So.
I used to get them all. I was in Inside Sports, Sporting News, Sports Illustrated. Like all of those, the Sporting News, where it was like actually the newspaper that they folded in half and put in the
Maxim was my jam.
Maxim, Playboy, Penthouse.
What was the other one that was like Maxim?
Nintendo Power.
There was
no Nintendo Power was not like Maxim.
I mean, it was depending on
what you're into.
FHM, For Him magazine, I think.
There you go. FHM.
FHM.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, there's still a website. You can go and sign up for
actual print copies, huh? Wow.
Yeah. So Maxim is still published. There's a website called Striply.
What the hell?
GQ.
Oh,
Esquire.
Still a thing. Forbes.
FHM,
Time.
Still a thing.
Life. Is Life still a magazine that's produced?
I think so. Esquire. Oh, Esquire was one of those ones when you're like, oh, and I'm a fancy motherfucker.
Yeah.
You'd read the article and it'd be like, the top 5 men's belts to wear with your tweed suit.
To wear at a wedding when you're not wearing a proper shirt.
So I think a lot, but I think a I think a lot of these too are international. Like I think internationally, like a lot of magazines are still very prevalent. So
okay. I'm just thinking. You don't hear it. It used to be the thing. Print media, really?
Complex. Details was the one, not FHM. Details, Megan. Details was like the one that was like between Maxim and Esquire. where like they had a little bit of kind of lifestyle stuff, but then they also were like the top 100 hottest girls in the world. You know,
What about I love this quiz.
Same.
Cosmo's still there. Cosmo still does its thing.
Best quiz.
I read those at work. The girls be leaving them in the drawers. I pull it out. I'm like, I'm finding out how I know my boyfriend's cheating on me. And then suddenly they stopped bringing them to work. That was weird.
Because you'd you'd circle everything.
I'm like, shit, let me get over to this crossword puzzle in your People magazine.
Yep. Yeah, that's a big Southwest Airlines. Just like, hey, can I get a different magazine? Because this one's got the crossword filled out.
Yeah.
I need a new one.
I looked in all 3 of them on my aisle, and they're all used.
For real,
so.
it's like I had the whole aisle to myself, all 6 seats, and all of them. Like somebody already messed with the crossword. Can I get it? Can I get a clean one, please? I haven't done that in a long time, but I used to do that. 'Cause now I just play games on my phone.
Lou out here with his gloves filling out the crossword puzzle.
No, I'm not a germaphobe. I just don't like the feel of it. Yeah, it's like
Sticky icky.
like what?
Sadly, half of those magazines are sticky icky because the kids are like Sky Mall magazine.
I missed that. That's some good shit in there. He's taking notes. Like, let me get the website so I can check it out from offline. They had some decent stuff. It was like, how is this stuff invented and we don't know about it unless you fly on a damn plane? That's stupid. There's some good products. like I've always, I don't know, 30 years ago, it's a thing now, but I haven't really seen too much on it. But 30 years ago, I was also like, why don't they have goggles so it looks like you're in a theater? Because they can obviously do the depth of your eyes and everything. And it's like, how is that not a thing? Now, well, it's a thing now. But I first saw that, freaking Sky Mall.
Yeah, for $6,000.
And it was just 2 little pieces of glass that were so you couldn't actually see anything in front of you. You were like, I can't go anywhere, but I see, this is awesome.
But the whole immersive station, I'd be all about that, man. Give me a helmet. That was surround sound, the whole thing, and it looks like you're watching a 20-foot TV. Now they can do that. It's like
Lou out here with Doc Brown's helmet from Back to the Future.
Yep.
Right.
It's like, why is there a colander on your head? Don't worry.
Science.
Right? Science, bitches. But yeah, I think that's it for I have Saturday. Obviously, Comic-Con tickets will be Saturday morning. And then USC plays Michigan in the afternoon, and then the Star Wars Symphony.
Oh, Raiders on Sunday.
Oh, you got a home game. Your first home game, huh?
Yep, finally.
Raiders versus
Jacksonville. We gonna win.
I say you can't.
Watching.
You better not lose that game. That's it. That should be.
That's gonna be embarrassing.
Yes. Trevor Lawrence ain't won a game in 7 straight. So is he gonna?
We beat the Ravens, that? So
that's your positive all year. You're already good to go.
Yeah.
No, you gotta win at least 2 more.
You're playing with house money right now, my friend.
As long as they beat the Broncos twice, we're good. I need the Broncos.
Broncos have never beat the Las Vegas Raiders. So
that is true. That is true. That streak is alive. The Broncos. It's so great out here. 'Cause like I told you guys, I only listen to sports radio when the Broncos lose. So I've been able to listen to it for the last 10 days or last 10 episodes after the 2 losses. This week will be hopefully another loss play in Tampa Bay. Yeah, I got Tampa Bay 37, Broncos 10. Everybody's already panicking. The coach sucks. Nick sucks. I'm like, dude, he's a rookie. Calm the hell down. The coach, though, the coach actually might suck. That might actually be true.
The coach is the biggest piece of shit ever.
So there's that also.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Just as a person.
Is it Diddy? Is Diddy coaching the Broncos?
No, it's Sean Payton.
That reminds me. Did y'all know he got arrested?
Yep. Federal charges, bruh.
Yeah, I didn't know that until
him and his 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Bruh, it was like 6 o'clock. I realized that today. I was like, what is all this Diddy meme? And obviously I knew what was going on, but I didn't know he actually got arrested.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I went to Twitter
for all that bullshit, right? It finally got to the point of they had enough to at least bring him in.
And they denied his bail too. He's been in jail for 5 days now.
Oh, I know
Judge
that.
said nope.
What happens when him
really?
What happens when him and Suge cross paths though?
Right?
Man. So now the question is, who's he gonna throw under the bus?
Mace.
Trump.
He's gonna throw the whole family.
I was just a poor black man, and Donald Trump badly influenced me.
He does
Wait,
that.
are we talking
I
about?
could
Wait,
just grab
hang on,
everybody by the pussy.
are we talking about Lou or are we talking about
Exactly.
Diddy? What?
Yes.
Shit. All right. On that note, we talk about Diddy next week. We'll do our entertainment report next week on.
Dude. What about you, Duke? What do you got this weekend?
I have
Wedding.
Guys.
He's gonna get laid.
You got a wedding. Yeah.
Wedding and then softball on Sunday. 2 more weeks of softball and then I'm done for the year.
Right on.
Yeah.
Almost there. Wait, what about playoffs?
If we make them, we haven't been playing great this season. So, next 2 weeks we play against teams that haven't won any games at all. So it's possible that we'll end up.
Are you eliminated from playoff contention?
Not yet.
I mean, so you're telling me there's a chance?
There's still a chance.
Well, so
we're rooting for you, D.
Thanks,
right?
man. I appreciate that. I kind of want softball to just be over, to be honest. I'm good with it.
Lou, we need to show up to one of his games, like surprised, our bodies painted and shit.
The whole big old foam fingers and shit going. Yeah.
No, wait, no, that's the wrong finger. It was the only one they had. It was the only one they had.
So
we won't have party hats on though.
We're gonna practice some cheerleading routines just for you.
Oh. By the way, I spent like an hour vacuuming.
How funky is your chicken?
I spent an hour vacuuming, and I'm still fucking finding paper.
Oh my god! From last week.
Yep.
Oh shit, that's funny. Oh Lord,
y'all heard? Cat will find it all.
Did y'all hear about that minor league baseball player that got booted from the team? They were like in the playoffs or something like that, or about to be, or I think they were in the playoffs, and he was It was a catcher. And he was tipping pitches to the opposing team, letting them know so they could hit and score and beat them because he wanted the season to be over. He was like, I'm done.
That's what I'm going to
do.
That's what I'm going to be
doing. Tell
doing.
them you don't want to play anymore and go home. They don't have to fuck the rest of your team like that. But yeah, that happened.
I guess Duke does have a son out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Damn it.
As soon as Duke said I kind of wanted to be over, I went right to that catcher. I always knew Duke was a catcher.
Actually, I am. She's been putting me at catcher a lot lately, and I'm just like, but it's fine. She puts me there because she knows I'm not gonna like. There's a lot of people on our team who kind of like the position they play in, and if they're like, oh, why do I have to catch? It's like, well, because everybody asked you.
You're a team fucker.
Yeah.
You're a team player.
I don't know. Yeah.
Is your team called the Bitches?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, Huevos Grande. Big eggs.
I would want, honestly, if I'm playing softball, I'd want to be the catcher. That way, if somebody's coming home, I get to play football now. I'm taking your ass out.
I'm the only one on the field with padding, bitch. Let's go.
It's a friendly game. Yeah, I'm a friendly chuck his ass, too. We're going to be all right. I'll buy him a beer afterwards. But first, I'm going to run his ass over. Like, come on. I missed that in baseball. They got rid of that whole collision at the plate thing. Because you have to stand a certain way now. Like, baseball has a bunch of
but yeah, that's my weekend. Maybe go check. I'll see what's playing. But I mean, I think I counted like 5 movies between now and the end of the year that I have any interest in seeing.
For all that list you gave us a couple of weeks back, you only had one.
But I mean, so much of that stuff was the beginning of the year too. I'm just talking about between now and like the end of December. Like, there's just not a ton of stuff.
I just remember that Black Rambo movie is on Netflix.
Yeah. Well, and it's like I've watched a couple of videos where they're like, "Ooh, is the third Venom going to make any money?" I'm like, there ain't shit. Like I looked at when it comes out, and there ain't shit else going on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's going to make a ton of money just by default because they happen to pick a great spot.
Yep.
You know, but I mean, this is the result of the writers'
still
strike.
Like Tom Hardy? Is he still the hotness?
I still like him. I think
that's all it'll take. People go watch him.
Yeah.
All I know is next weekend I'm gonna be freaking showing up with some freaking tissues with me when I go watch Wild Robot. I can't even watch a trailer without tearing up.
Wait, which one?
Dang.
Wild Robot.
Oh.
I watch it. I every time when I went to go see Killers game on Tuesday, I was like, please don't show that trailer.
I didn't get no napkins this time.
Right?
I didn't grab no napkins. I got some popcorn and greasy fingers. I don't know. I don't like it.
I'm gonna take a bathroom break during that trailer. I'm right back. But damn,
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Man, I was like glossed over. The very first time I saw that trailer last month, I was like, all right. The second time I saw it, I was bawling. And then saw it again a couple weeks ago, and it was just like,
fly, little geese, fly.
He's biting Lou's sitting here biting the inside of his lip. I'll make it through. I'll make it through.
I know. I just closed my eyes. 14, 28, 56, 112, 224. It's like I'm having sex. Just count numbers and double up. Get that focus going.
Is it over yet?
Oh, man. Now, once you get to like 1,434,000, it's
Lou starts talking out loud. Wait, this is the weirdest sexy talk I've ever had.
now that's 70. Just like, I'm hurting. Can you finish already? Like, oh, sorry. Stop that.
You're too focused.
She's like, I finished at 500,000.
Hear about this shit next week. So,
all right, bedtime.
Ooh, yes.
Have a good week, everyone. All three people.
Bye.